Hello my gaming peeps and welcome to another episode of Just the Facts with yours truly. Yes, it is that glorious time of week again where I bring you the juicy facts to expand your gaming knowledge. So let's just get straight down to business. For those of you who may not know, let's start with what Death Stranding actually is. I mean, if you didn't guess from the title, this video is about Death Stranding, by the way. Well, from what we know, and we actually really don't know that much, Death Stranding is the debut project from Kojima, I think it's Kojima Productions, which is currently in development exclusively for the PlayStation 4. The upcoming action title will be the first work by Hideo. Is it Hideo or Hideo? I think it's Hideo. Hideo Kojima, the creators of Metal Gear Solid, since departing from Konami Games in 2015. So, The Walking Dead's now lead role, Norman Reedus, stars as the game's lead role in a seemingly war-torn world filled with all sorts of unusual phenomena, however you like to say it. And it looks... well, it kind of looks set to be as bonkers and mind-bending as Kojima's previous Metal Gear Solid projects, to be honest. I mean, from what we've seen, anyway. So, current rumours that have been floating around suggest a Death Stranding release date of late 2019. However, I'm going to go on a personal note here and say that doesn't seem likely. Because, that's via Walmart. And a Canadian Walmart at that. So, yeah, you guys know. But right now, it's probably the freshest bit of information we have on the actual game itself. Kojima and Norman Reedus' ongoing teasers have given us plenty to look at, digest and chew over, but little in the way of actual facts. Until that is, I went digging and found some rather interesting information. Death Stranding is unfortunately behind schedule, which is not surprising. Most next generation game projects say, oh yes, it's coming out, and then it ends up being behind schedule. But yeah, I'll get into detail on that in a little bit. Hideo Kojima has provided a brief update on Death Stranding's current state of development. Speaking in a recent interview with some kind of Japanese website over there where they're developing it, Kojima said that working on Death Stranding has been slightly out of the initial plan, but not much delayed. Now, that is the actual quote, not much delayed. So I'm guessing that got lost in translation somewhere. Maybe it means it's like just delayed but not by much, or it's nearly finished and we're just working on the finishing touches. I don't know. But yeah, many studios lag behind planned release date. Kojima explains in the interview, presumably he's citing maybe a planned 2020 launch for it, or a late 2019 launch for it. I wouldn't say it'll be any later than 2020, but I will get into detail on that a bit later. I did find out some more information. So, because it's in development for PlayStation only, time will tell whether it's a cross between PS4 and PS5, so whether or not the PS5 comes out in 2020 and it comes out for both platforms, we'll just have to wait and see. So Death Stranding is it's going to be an open world title, obviously starring Norman Reedus and Mads Mikkelsen, whoever that is, with Guillermo del Toro also being involved in some way. Again, whoever the fuck that might be. The interview that they went through also appears to state that Death Stranding is playable from start to finish, but the team is yet to begin putting finishing touches on the actual story experience. But however you slice it, it's reassuring to hear that Death Stranding is being worked on to a deadline and won't be lingering in development limbo forever, like Days Gone was for 6 fucking years. I'm sure I've got some info on that in here somewhere as well, relating to it or something anyway. So, without spoiling the trailer too much, if none of you guys have actually seen it, there's an eye-opening line from the lead role, Norman Reedus, that shines a fascinating light on what Death Stranding might actually be about. And I'm going to quote from the trailer. Once there was an explosion, a bang which gave birth to time and space. Once there was an explosion, a bang which set a planet spinning in that space. Once there was an explosion, a bang which gave rise to life as we know it, and then came the next explosion. So naturally, I've been doing some digging on forums and social media, and I've seen that many have already begun to theorize what this quote could actually mean. Like, it could be linking it to the Big Bang, of course, as the initial creation of life and the universe. And the second potentially referenced is kind of like the asteroid that wiped out prehistoric life on Earth, so wiped out the dinosaurs. And another crazy out there theory is that it could be yet another meteor that struck like in some kind in the 20th century or 21st or 22nd or whenever the game's set, which has essentially created an extinction event like it did for the dinosaurs. Because we do see like a giant crater in the trailer. Now, we know the game involves aliens. If you've not seen the trailer, spoiler alert, but yeah, the game involves aliens clearly. So is that crater from a crashed spaceship, or is it from an actual meteor? It's a crazy theory, but it is out there, and it's not too far-fetched. But because, as I've just mentioned, there's aliens in it, the aforementioned meteor may have contained like an alien organism or something that feeds on other life forms to survive, which explains the accelerated aging that we saw in the first trailer, and the need to cling on to a genetically modified embryo, the weird baby attached to Norman Reedus' chest. Either that, or it's a game about free embryo child abduction, and Norman, as the lead role, is on the run, and the alien things are just in his head while he clings to a dead fetus. Yeah, that's just me making a joke there. But it really does just look like a dead fetus in the trailer. Anyway, it would seem the potential outcomes are plentiful, and I definitely can't wait to find out more. So naturally, what you guys want to know is when the title is actually coming out. Well, much like Days Gone, Death Stranding was announced. Yes, I said I had something about Days Gone in here. Much like Death Stranding, Death Stranding was announced at around about the same time, to which we were waiting 6 years for after postponements. It's finally got the release date of April 26. However, as I mentioned earlier, Death Stranding is experiencing some delays and issues, so the release date does remain unconfirmed at this time. In case you got confused there, it's April 26 for Days Gone, not Death Stranding. But it is awesome because, as I mentioned with Days Gone, in all the 6 years we were waiting, each year had a different release date, and then it was postponed again. So I'm glad Hideo Kojima haven't actually dropped a false release date just to postpone it. However, I would hazard a guess, and this is just this gamer's personal opinion, with all the latest teasers from Norman Reedus hyping it up on his social media accounts, I'd say it could be due for a release in late 2019 or early 2020 at the latest. And if it is early 2020, maybe it'll release on the next gen consoles as well as the previous gen. So how long will the story actually be? Well, this can't be said exactly, as we really don't know anything about the story, except you appear to be carrying around what looks like a dead fetus on your chest. That's going to be a dying joke for this game. You're just carrying a dead fetus on your chest. that is something for this game. However, Kojima Productions stated on Twitter that Death Stranding will try to go beyond the traditional definition of action and RPG found in its previous games. This confirms to us that Death Stranding is certainly ambitious and won't be anything like Kojima has done before. Seems like it's going to be an open world War of the Worlds type game where we end up killing the aliens for our disgusting bacteria. If you haven't seen War of the Worlds and don't get that reference, I recommend you watch War of the Worlds. So, Hideo Kojima has also said that Death Stranding will be an open world action game with online elements. Oh god, I mean, imagine online battle royales, but like, instead of killing each other, you have to steal the opposing team's dead fetus. See, I got another dead fetus joke in there. Seriously, if I get this game and I live stream it, all I'm going to be joking about is dead fetuses. Like, I'm carrying a dead fetus. Why am I carrying a dead fetus? It's just going to be a standing joke for the entire game. But yeah, anyway, it will also have the trademark storytelling you would want to expect from a Kojima project. So expect something surreal, silly, and over the top like the Metal Gear Solid series from Kojima's previous development things. But I would hazard a guess it's going to be nothing like Metal Gear Solid The Phantom Pain, because Phantom Pain, we can all agree, was a bag of shite. It was just absolutely awful. But if it's anything like the original Metal Gear Solids, like the first, second, and third, then it should be an absolute bombshell. It should be absolutely beautiful. And from what we've seen from the trailers, it does look beautiful in design. The surroundings look beautiful. The graphics look beautiful. However, it's debatable if they will get a downgrade or not. We just don't know that yet, because most game trailers they drop at E3 are usually fantastic and amazing. Take the Spider-Man puddle incident, for example. Lots of players were pissed off because some puddles were removed. And then, you know, Insomniac jokingly, as like a photo emoji thing in the photo mode, put puddles in it. So, you know, there's plenty of puddles. But yeah, my point standing with that is things can change. You know, certain graphical elements can change. Certain things from the trailer can change from the actual game itself. Like, we could see a certain character in the trailer and then that character might not actually appear in the actual game. So it's so unclear to tell because they have been super quiet about it. It's like the only leaks we find are from interviews and sources and theories and whatnot. But what I've done in this video is I've tried to separate those theories into the facts, and I've done a pretty good job. I mean, that's why I didn't upload it yesterday, because I wasn't quite ready to upload it because I didn't know if I had all the facts straight. So I just went re-looking, reworking, and just seeing if what I'd found was actually just rumours from Reddit or actual facts posted by Kojima themselves. That's why I'm doing this today instead of yesterday. But yeah, I think that's about it for this video. So just let me know in the comments what you guys think. Are you looking forward to Death Stranding? Do you want Death Stranding? I mean, it does look absolutely awesome. I mean, minus carrying a dead fetus, but it does look absolutely brilliant. It looks like the most advanced graphical game I have ever seen, and I've got to say that from the bottom of my heart, hand on heart, that is literally my main thought on the game from the trailers they've dropped. I mean, Norman Reedus, if you see him in the trailer, he looks like a real person. He looks like his Walking Dead character, and that that to me just shows they've gone all out on the game design, all out on the motion capture design, all out on anything they could find with it, really. And it looks like they're using a completely new game engine as well, which is fantastic. But yeah, as I said, that is probably about it for the video. That is literally all I could find about Death Stranding, aside from a couple of my snarky little jokes in there about a dead fetus. But yeah, once again, let me know what you guys think. Are you looking forward to the game? Are you not bothered by it? Do you think it's just going to be hyped up for nothing? Do you think it's going to be another Days Gone thing where it's been hyped up for so many years and it's going to be a bag of turd? Because a lot of the reviews on people who are getting early access to Days Gone are saying it's a pile of turd, that it's been hyped up for 6 years for nothing. Now, I really don't want this to be the case for Death Stranding. I mean, of course, yes, I'm still going to get Days Gone, but if it's the case for Death Stranding, I'm going to be really, really disappointed, because Norman Reedus is a fantastic actor. I mean, I love his work in The Walking Dead. I mean, the first time I ever saw him in acting was in the Charmed TV series back in the 90s, early 2000s. And then I've just followed his work every so often when he's popped in a film or something. So yeah, that is really it. That is definitely it. All I have time for, all I have to give you for today. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Shout out to all subscribers, old and new. Thank you all again so much. We've finally hit that 800 subscribers mark. It is a huge milestone, and I can't thank you all enough. We are still growing. The channel is still growing. You guys are still viewing my content, which I do appreciate. We are now 27 days away from being able to live stream. So do let me know in the comments what you want to see from me. I am really egging to know what you guys want to see from me when I get my capabilities back. Naturally, of course, my Telltale Game series will be returning. I'll drop a schedule on that when I'm able to live stream again. So just, yeah, anything you want to see from me when I'm able to stream again, just let me know. And I will do it if it is within my power. So yeah, that is definitely it now. This has been Just the Facts with Gamerdude. Happy gaming, and I will catch you all real soon, guys.